Chapter 22. Never underestimate the power of a woman who wins her battles alone. Unknown. Firstly, there was a problem to solve. Alex needed to go somewhere safe. I know, why help someone who was going to rape you? The thing is, he was my only ally right now, so I should look after him. If I'd gotten aggressive with him, he would have flipped to the other side again. And he had nothing to lose, so they might get him to grab me or some other cowardly shit that I wouldn't put past him. He kept going on about a Thai hotel that I couldn't find on my phone because I wasn't willing to open it. To kill two birds with one stone, there was a skinny, probably gay Thai guy standing down the street under an umbrella. Things were popping into my head that were hunches and turned out to be true. He was on lookout for the lady boy. When I called him over, he had to come. It would be too obvious if he didn't. And he was just getting much needed money, so I didn't hold it against him. I was right, he was very camp. He got out his phone and repeated the hotel over and over again to Alex and I. I wanted to slap him in the face to break him out of this. It was like a record skipping. I knew he was putting up resistance in his weird way. Eventually I just gave up. Alex took off. There was a Buddhist monastery and temple over the road from the Loy. How ironic. It was open and those places are open for worship. So I pushed the bike in there, sat on a little curb at the grand entrance and watched the door of the Loy. A monk was sweeping the huge grounds with only a palm sweeper and I asked him if I was okay here. He nodded. Thank fuck, I wouldn't have to be at that place anymore. And out they came. First was the young Asian guy who'd found me in the communal kitchen yesterday on whatever sick app or site they were using. He openly walked out and looked over at me with no attempt to hide his face. He looked confused. I really wondered if some of these dopes were getting messages supposedly generated by me that said, "Come fuck me, I'm here." They would be used as an alibi later. Useful idiots. The next one to come out was a new face, an Indian male in his 30s. Unattractive, curry sell, tech bro, the whole cliche. He stared at me and I didn't drop my gaze, just stared back with vehemence. He really seemed to be trying to work me out with that gaze and also threaten me in his weak way. I'm sure he wanted to ask me how I knew all that I did. For crying out loud, you emotionally challenged one-dimensional fuckwit. Everyone who was involved made it obvious to me. I'm not that clever, I'm just observant. I pegged him for a super dork. Next to file out was the PNG and some other ginger-haired crim who'd been hiding the whole time. It was an awkward, very uncool sight as he tried to fit his and the other male's big, stupid, roly-poly luggage into a tiny Uber. I had to laugh. He saw me staring at him and he bid me a good day. "Have a good stay, madam." "You too, you fat fuck," I called back with the insult too quiet to hear. I called him this because he was comically trying to fold his massive body into the tiny car. I don't care if he heard my fat shaming. He didn't view me as a person with human rights, so fuck him. And maybe I am being told things that I wouldn't otherwise know. I don't know who was helping me, telling me in my own inner dialogue about every player in this disgusting game. The next male to come out of the Loy, stand on the street and stare at me, was definitely the head of the super dorks. His dork highness, his dorkness, if you will, the director. Maybe I just knew this because of the way he stared at me. If any of the super dorks had simply been staying in the hotel, they'd probably only drop a cursory glance my way and not stare. I wasn't that out of the ordinary. Jeans, bomber jacket and boots. Long hair knotted on top of my head. No makeup. Looking wrecked from a sleepless night. I wasn't looking attractive. Alex reckoned I was, but he was drunk. I guess he knew the story and could see the inner beauty, the fire I had. His dorkness was very white, in his late 20s or early 30s. From his appearance, my money wasn't on him being a Brit. He was pale and blonde. Preppy Oxford University vibes with polo shirt, cargo shorts and deck shoes. People like him didn't stay at cheap places like this. He looked at me with uncovered eyes at first. I was a little too far away, but my money was on them being blue and piggishly set in his face. Once he saw I was watching him stonily, he pulled on his Ray-Bans. I knew they were real Ray-Bans because he was a real wanker. And he was funny looking, misshapen, even though he looked like he came from the deep end of the gene pool. His skin looked covered in bum fluff like a felt puppet. A boy child trying to fit into his tallish, grown-ass male body. The epitome of emotionally retarded tech bros. He was on his phone, pacing back and forth, back and forth. I rode my bike deeper into the monastery grounds up to a spot beside a table and chairs. The reason was because the camp male came over to talk to me. He asked me if I wanted a drink from the 7-Eleven. I told him I'd like a Coke. It would have been stupid to accept this drink because they can easily inject them with a syringe with caps still sealed. He had no plan to buy me a drink, instead using his hands in an oral sex motion of two dicks going into his mouth. "You want cock? You want cock?" He was really enjoying himself. This was when I started to lose it a little. "I don't want anything from you if you're going to insult me. Come back to my place. You can't sit here. You'll get cold and get sick." Thai winter was not real winter. I got angry. "I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here till I get my passport back. If I don't get it back, I'm calling the cops." The cops who appeared to be on my side more than the rape event staff. This last bit was to pass on to his ladyboy mate. This did the trick and he said, okay, relax, and took off. "Good riddance, you creepy little fucktard." While I was sitting at the monastery picnic table, a Thai male pulled up in a fuckwit truck. I said hello to him and he ignored me. He then strode over to the hotel. Okay, so he was a gangster. And he parked here to say, "You're not safe in here either, bitch." How did I know? His face and body language told me. His unconcealed fury was because I'd outwitted them. So I decided to wait outside the hotel again. The receptionist came out. What was she going to do, kick me out? I still had my hotel access card. I asked her about the motorcycle guy again. I had my receipt in my hand. She wanted to look at it and I didn't let her. She mocked me for this. I let it go and then I went and sat with his dorkness, now that he was no longer pacing, instead sitting down on the hotel's short garden wall. I figured he was rich as fuck, so I led with, "Wow, you've really got to get a private driver. You've been waiting for ages for this taxi." He was so closed and reticent with his reply. "Act harder, you tool. Be normal, even though you aren't." "I'm waiting for an elephant tour bus. It's meant to come at 7:30. He was so British, along with his lack of attractive flesh colouring. He could have been Boris Johnson's son. A little less pink, though. "I'm trying to get my motorcycle back to the rental and get my passport back." He actually gave himself away a bit. "Yeah, I heard about that." "I'll bet you fucking did." I pressed on. The receptionist is being really difficult. You'd think that she could at least act better and pretend that she gives a shit about it. I really wanted to add, "Where do you find these people? You need a better recruiter." "I'm really worried I won't get my passport back. What would you do in this situation?" Fuck, I was enjoying his discomfort and difficulty with having to talk to me like I was a human being. "Well, I'd go straight to the business and demand my passport back." "Well, you would demand, wouldn't you? A male Karen who doesn't consider all the things that are against me." I couldn't write it there because of my lack of license. I think I even told him something like that, and that the business wasn't open yet. I even cheekily added, "I'm just a solo female tourist in Thailand and I asked you because maybe you're a gentleman and can help me out." "Oh, sure, I understand." "Haha, do you?" "I'm sure it'll all work out fine." That last bit was added in a, "You absolutely know it's going to work out and you're toying with me." Yes, ugly, I sure was. And you're very easy to toy with, I must say. We sat in silence for a bit, me fiddling with a toggle on my backpack. The silence was very meta. He knew everything and I was knowing things that I shouldn't. A gaping hole where I could have so easily asked, "Why me?" He'd play dumb, but play it badly. I knew that for sure. I texted Billy. After all, she'd said to contact her if I needed help. I also wanted to see what kind of help she'd give me, since she was involved. No answer on the text, even though it was mid-morning in Australia. I opened WhatsApp and hit the phone icon to ring her. It was a brilliant decision. She didn't answer, instead texting back that she was having a beauty treatment in Sheepton. His dorkness shot up to a standing position, opened his phone and walked away from me quickly, phone to his head. He was ringing her. Later, when I'd gotten away from this place, I sent a message to my own number. in WhatsApp because I knew they'd read it. It went a little something like this. I'm not proud of getting away from you. I'm ashamed that you sent amateurs to do this job. You didn't employ your best to try and kidnap me. It's insulting to say the least. I knew that was too ballsy, well, over-ishy. I doubt a male would have reacted as well under pressure as I had. And though I was proud, I was genuinely insulted that they underestimated me, probably because I'm a 52-year-old non-criminal woman. I was feeling like I was going to lose my mind. The bad acidness was carrying me though. I was going to leave Chiang Mai in one piece.